Alrighty! What's up, motherfuckers and scumbags? And all you pieces of garbage? It is I, your tribal godly scream, Captain Peter Joseph! Here for another video, right here, on the Peter Joseph YouTube wrestling channel, youtube.com/Peter Joseph. Thank you for watching on this beautiful, warm Thursday afternoon, late Thursday afternoon, almost Thursday evening, here in the Northeast, April the 17th, 2025. It's WrestleMania weekend, just about. Well, tomorrow it is, but we'll go with it today. But we are 2 days away from WrestleMania and Stand and Deliver. So we got that, but happy Thursday evening to everybody. Make sure you like the video, hit that subscribe button down below in the description box, down there, in my pants, on this channel and my other channels as well. Show your love and support, as we're on the road to 800 subscribers, and hopefully we get there by Memorial Day, which is the unofficial start of summer, so we're getting there about a month away from the unofficial start of summer, so we'll get there. But make sure you like the video, hit that subscribe button down below, like I said. Tap and slap that bell, turn on all notifications so you don't miss the next one. Because if you do, you need to get slapped in the face because you're SOL. And you better know what that means. And if you don't know what it means, look it up, asshole. And that's that. And don't forget to follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And don't forget to share the video all over the internet. And if you're brand new here for the very first time, well, welcome to the party, pal. We hope you enjoy the ride. Sit back, relax, you grab yourself a nice cold one, put your feet up, and enjoy the show. You like it? Great. You don't? Get out of here. And pretty much go fuck yourself. And that's that. Leave a comment on the video if you like. Leave these stupid comments. You get sent to the Shadow Realm, where Satan will eat your soul. So please do not do that. Be respectful of the channel, or just get out of here. Go on your dead channel, and nobody will care about you. And that's pretty much it for that. Alright, it's Thursday evening. You know what that means. Well, I would say something else, but, TNA Ring of Honor tonight. Well, Ring of Honor already did their show for tonight. It's going to be on YouTube tomorrow. So, you have to watch that tomorrow. I already seen it, so I care less. But we got that. But we'll do TNA Ring of Honor probably tomorrow early afternoon, because we got a lot of stuff tomorrow. We got SmackDown before Mania. We got predictions to do for WrestleMania tomorrow. And then we'll do probably do your SmackDown review maybe late tomorrow night or early. I'll try to get it up before Stand and Deliver. But we'll see what happens with that. Busy weekend. Stand and Deliver at 1 p.m. on Saturday. Excuse me. And then we got WrestleMania Night 1 at 7 p.m. And it will open with Jey Uso, the Yeet Man, taking on Walter. I thought that was going to be at least near the closing of the show, but they're starting with that. I'm not really happy about that, but we'll see what happens with that. At least we're closing with Roman, our tribal chief, who's a big Trump supporter. That's all I gotta say about that. My tribal chief supports the other tribal chief of the United States of America. Donald Trump, huge supporter of Roman Reigns. He's my tribal chief. He's huge. So we got that. So, and then on night 2, I don't know what we're opening with, but we are closing with John Cena and Cody! MDKOD Cody, you bitch! Alright, so we got that. Everybody's in, most people are already in Vegas today. Start of WWE World today. Tomorrow we got the kickoff right before SmackDown. And they got the Hall of Fame tomorrow night at 1 a.m. here in the Northeast. That's 10 o'clock, right after, pretty much like an hour after SmackDown in the Pacific, in Las Vegas. everybody's going to be going to the hotel where the Hall of Fame is going to be. So, we got that. So, enjoy your weekend, everybody that's already in Vegas. And, I assume everybody's going to be at the Raw after Mania in Vegas at the T-Mobile Arena. And then everybody's going back home. Probably Tuesday or Wednesday. So, get home safe. And have fun this weekend. And then save your money for next year, because next year's WrestleMania is on Easter Sunday again, April the 10th and 11th. That sucks, but I heard Nick Khan wants to do more pay-per-views around the holidays. I don't know why, but so that means WrestleMania 43 will be on Easter, probably be in March. Well, who knows when. And remember, WrestleMania 42 is in Nolens. I thought it was in India. I think that's 43. But so we got that. So if we go from the Pacific West Coast down south to New Orleans for WrestleMania 42, which is not a hop, skipping jump from a lot of people that are coming from the West Coast, but people coming from Puerto Rico and Florida. It's like a couple hour plane ride. So you get there and you get back real quick. But mostly everybody's gonna get there around the 8th next year. But that's next year. But we'll talk about Mania when we get there. We got Collision tonight, not Saturday night, ladies and gentlemen, because of the start of the hockey playoffs and the basketball playoffs as well. So Collision live tonight at the top of the hour from Boston. It's going to be a great show. We got Adam Cole, baby! Defending the TNT title for the very first time in an open challenge match. Who's going to take him up on his challenge? Well, we'll see what happens with that. I think we have the Hangman Adam Page in action. We'll get to what happened with him in a minute. As we had the semifinals on for the ladies, with a great match between Mercedes Moné, the CEO, and the Forever Goddess with a banger of a theme song, the Ring of Honor Women's Champion Athena. Epic match. We'll get to that in a middle bit. We'll get to Hangman and the Wild Card in a little bit. And we also have, on the men's side, Will Ospreay, reach for the sky, whoa! Bam! Takes on Kensuke Takeshita, and holy shit, was that a banger! But we get all that. But thanks for watching. Once again, I'm Peter Joseph, your tribal god of extreme. I am a content creator talking about the wonderful world of professional wrestling, or whatever the fuck I want to talk about. If you like the video, please stick that thumb right up the wahoo, and subscribe to my channels, and leave a comment on the video, but don't leave stupid comments. Like I said, please be respectful of the channel or you're going to get blocked. If you don't like that, then go cry to your mama, bitch. And that's it for that. Share the video all over the internet, and don't forget to tap and slap that bell. Turn on all notifications so you don't miss the next one. And that's that. Alright, we'll talk about NXT later, and then we'll talk about Collision later. So, a jam-packed edition of, actually, we'll talk about Collision tomorrow with TNA. We're going to do NXT and a third video later tonight, my NXT Stand and Deliver predictions on TGC number 66, I believe. Getting close to that epic number 69. So we got to get there very soon. Probably by I would say by the summertime we'll hit 69, and then we'll get to the Diamond Kata Show. Bang! A little bit later this year, but we'll see what happens with that as we are going through the rest of this month, going through May, June, July, and most of August. And then after that, we shall see what happens with that as we get into Labor Day weekend and Clash in Paris and all that good shit. But I'll be here throughout the summer. But I am taking a little bit of a break at the end of July for my actual vacation, and then a little bit in August for a mini vacation. That's going to be on a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I'll be back on that Monday. So, but July will be near the end of the month of July. So it's going to be about a 5-day vacation. So that's pretty much it. But I will put up some results, and my thoughts about, whatever I miss on my community tab on my respective channel. So I'm not going to be doing videos per se, but I will still be on my community tab just to say hello, and that's pretty much it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, after 11 minutes of spiel, like I said, we got Collision coming up in about 45 minutes from now. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, right now, I hope you're sitting down. I hope you got a cold beverage. If not, get one. Because it is time for your late and out-of-date AEW Dynamite! Yes! Review! For last night's episode, April the 16th, 2025, Spring Breakthru Part 1. And this is AEW's Breakthru show because they are technically the longest reigning episodic wrestling show on the Turner Broadcasting Network, even though WCW Saturday Night owns that record, but we'll go with it. Alright, so we are emanating from the MGM Music Hall, Fenway. Probably, I think that's right across the street from Fenway Park in Boston, Massachusetts. Great looking place. Looks like a little smaller version of the Hammerstein Ballroom. Without the, I don't think it had any, balconies on the side balconies. I kind of might have missed it. But anyway, great looking venue. Sold out. You gotta love that, Tony Khan. And that's that. Alright, we're about a month away from Double or Nothing. We, pretty much have one person going to the finals in the women's side of the Owen Hart 4 Cup. We'll talk about her in a little bit. And, we're almost done with this with the semifinals, and then we'll talk about the finals at Double or Nothing. The winners go to All In 4 in July at Texas Stadium where the Rangers play. And, that's that. Alright, a little bit of a change this week from our normal commentary team. This week we had the man behind the mask, Excalibur, and the man who almost died last week on Collision. That's Tony Baloney Schiavone. Wasn't for Nigel McGuinness, me love, we wouldn't be talking about Tony Schiavone right now. Because he would have got destroyed and probably put in a hospital or possibly dead after what FTR did. Or tried to do to him. If it wasn't for Nigel and Danny Garcia, would have been really bad for my boy, Tony Baloney Schiavone. Or a few people that love Jericho, Tony Schiavone. And that's that. Alright, so we have Excalibur and Tony Baloney at ringside for an epic show. Probably one of the best Dynamites in the last few months. But let's get into it. Let's not waste any time. Alright, we find out that the man, well, he's not here right now, it's Hook, part 1/3 of the Ops. He has been taken out, and he's at the hospital. That's why Taz is not at ringside as well, because Taz is with his son. After what happened last week, where Hook suffered a concussion, but they're playing it off that the Death Riders took him out in the back. And the trio's titles are still on the line, so it'll be Claudio, Moxley, and the guy that we don't like, William Yuta, taking on Katsuyori Shibata and Samoa Joe. Either 3-on-2 or a mystery partner. So we'll see what happens with that at the end of the show. So, a bit of bad luck for the man who eats a lot of Doritos more than, Cactus does, but they're very tasty. I love them. I know, Mikey does too. Not you, Mike. Ah, you said my name. Ah, fuck. I'm sorry. Okay. Mikey, have you ever had any Doritos? Nah, Cactus, give me some Doritos. Oh, Mikey, they're very tasty, Mike. Awesome. Oh, here you go, Mike. Thank you. I gotta go. Bye. Okay. Thank you. Mike Awesome's gonna have some Doritos. But we'll see him later. Thank you, Cactus. Oh, thank you very much. I gotta go. Bye. Okay. Bye, Mick. Thank you. Anyway, so no more from Hook, and that's pretty much it. All right, so we start off with a banger, and Boston's own CEO, the CEO, chicken noodle soup with something on the side. All right, so we have the TBS Women's Champion, the New Japan Strong Women's Champion, and the Red Pro Unified Women's Champion. 4 belts, Mercedes Moné. She takes on the Forever Champion with a banger of a theme song. Getting close to 900 days. Her name is Athena. Obviously not for any of the titles. And this is a match to go into the finals. And the winner will face either Jamie Hayter or Chris Statlander at Double or Nothing, May the 26th, I believe. 25th, I'm sorry. Alright, non-title match. Like I said, this match was epic! Epic match, lots of near falls. They start off with a normal lockup. They go to the mat, then they go to the floor. They're fighting. It's, I can't fight! Somebody called Joey Styles, can't fight! And then they go all the way up the stage. And then they break it up and they're arguing. It's like, oh, it's my cup, bitch! No, it's my cup! I'm gonna win! And then they eventually lock up, and then they go all the way back inside the ring, the same way they came out the ring. And then they trade shoulder blocks, basically to no avail. Commentary talks about all the upcoming international shows coming up. They're gonna be in Mexico for Grand Slam in July. So, all you great people in Mexico, get ready for 2 nights of epic action in Grand Slam Dynamite and Grand Slam Collision in Mexico, and that's in probably the end of July. Now, I don't know, there's going to be a 3rd Grand Slam, which is usually in Queens, New York City, at Arthur Ashe Hall Stadium, and that's usually in September, or we'll see what happens with that when we get to the summertime. But congrats to everybody in Mexico. So AEW has gone global. They've gone to Australia. They went to London and Glasgow. So they're going everywhere. So stay tuned for AEW in a country or city or state near you. And all that good shit. Alright, then they fight over some fruit roll-ups. But really can't get anywhere. And then Mercedes knocks Athena to the corner. Hits the running knees in the corner for a 1 count on the Forever Goddess. And Mercedes is like, huh? Athena comes right back with an enziguri and a flipping elbow in the corner. Mercedes comes right back with a bank statement. Then they fall to the floor, where Mercedes has to let go of the move. And back in, Athena winds up hanging upside down by her feet above the floor. Little precarious position. And Mercedes goes for the double stomp and missed. Ow! Goes for Meteor and missed it. Athena then grabs a quick stunner on the floor as we go to our first commercial break. We come right back. And they get inside the ring. And they battle over a tombstone. And lots of counters. They couldn't even barely pick each other up at certain points. And I think Athena picked up Sasha. Mercedes dropped her, picked her up again. And then finally, Mercedes throws her for a gut buster. Then hits a spinning DDT for a near fall, and Athena's head was like boing, like a lawn dart. Ow! And they're both down again. The fans are going completely berserk. And then Mercedes goes for the Eddie Galero ese, Three Amigos. What did you think about that, Eddie? Oh, Mercedes does it great, but not as good as me, ese. Just remember that. I do it great. I know, Eddie. I know. Sasha does it great, too. But not as good as you, because you're a Hall of Famer. She's not. But she looks great, though, ese. Yes, she does. But you have a hotter chick than Mercedes, and that's Joni. Hi, Joni. Hi. How you doing? Mamacita. I'm gonna be giving, Eddie that Latina heat, if you know what I mean. You don't have to wrap it up, Eddie. You're in heaven. You don't have to worry about that. No, I don't have to wrap it up ever. I didn't wrap it up with Angie. Oh, I don't want to know. I don't want to know, because I know Dom. You can see Dom. Because Dom is my son, ese, pero. Okay. What are you talking about? Well, I'm saying. Dominic Galero is Eddie's son. If you say it's Rey Mysterio, you're going to get slapped. We all know Eddie is your papi. That's pretty much all I got to say about that. Alright, so she hits the Three Amigos. Athena blocks a fourth attempt. And hits not one, not two, but 3 power bombs. Goes for her 4th power bomb. That gets counted into a backstabber. And then both women are down again. Crowd's going nuts again. Athena then misses a charge into the corner. Gets dropped with a running knee to face. Sends her to the outside. And then Mercedes tries a German suplex from the apron. That didn't work. And then goes for a sunset flip. But gets stomped on the apron instead. Ow! And then Athena kicks her down. As a slam on the apron. Ow! For a near fall. They go back in. Athena grabs a crossface, which just refers into the bank statement, but it really didn't go anywhere. Athena then manages a spinning knee to face. Mercedes goes to the floor. And then a charge takes Athena out. And then they fight onto the barricade, which is a little bit scary. Athena throws her down. Hits a shotgun dropkick against the barricade. Ow. This match was epic. The fans were going nuts, like I said. So, they go back in the ring. Athena goes up top looking for the O-face. It gets counted into a fruit roll-up with a handful of panties. 1, 2, 3. Mercedes Moné gets the win in under 21 minutes. She is going to double or nothing to face either Jamie Hayter or most likely Chris Statlander in a rematch from a long time ago. So this is the 3rd match it could possibly be for Mercedes Moné and Chris Statlander. And the winner of that will face Timeless Toni Storm. Darling! And speaking of Timeless Toni Storm, she was in the crowd. Golf clap to Mercedes Moné. So, we could possibly see Mercedes Moné taking on Toni Storm. And Mercedes might be going for 5 belts. But I don't think she will. I think Statlander is going to finally beat Mercedes. Not get the TBS title per se, but she will beat her, go to All In and face Toni Storm for the AEW Women's title. But we'll see how it goes. But this match was great. 4.5 out of 5 stars. We're off and running on an amazing episode of Dynamite. Alright, we got that. Alright, then we go to the back with Renee Paquette. She's with the Hangman. Adam Page is about to do some cowboy shit. He's asked about the wild card and how does he prepare for a person that he doesn't even know who he's facing. He's about to talk, but then they come in, the Young Bucks. Matthew and Nicholas Jackson, and still our Continental Breakfast of Champions champion, that's Okada. They come in, and the Bucks think Adam Page should be happy that they cost Swerve the world title at Dynasty. Now the Hangman can win the title, bring it back to the Elite. And, but Adam Page is like, I'm not impressed. Not impressed with Skywalker. Not impressed. So he's not impressed with the Bucks. So they basically say, you go out and win your match. We got faith in you, blah, blah, blah. So they leave. And Okada's like, smile, Adam, smile, smile. You say smile a little bit more. So then Adam Page goes to leave. And then Okada's like, bitch. And then Hangman's like, what'd you say? Motherfucker, what'd you say? And then Okada's like, smile, smile. I said smile. That was hilarious. Can we see Adam Page versus Okada for the Continental Breakfast title? Maybe. Maybe. Alright. We get that. Alright, so I get a 2.5 out of 5 stars. Then we get a former Boston Bruin, what was his name? I don't know his first name, but his last name is Task, from the Boston Bruins, with the Stanley Cup. Not that the Bruins are in the playoffs this year. Ha! I know the Rangers aren't either. Don't get me started. Don't get me started with the Rangers. Clean up. We're renovating. So we'll be back in October for the Revenge of the Revenge Tour with the Rangers. New coach, hopefully. Hopefully a new GM. I like a new owner. Get Dolan out. But that didn't happen. Alright, so we got that. Alright, move on. Alright, match number 2. Back to the men's division of the Owen Hart tournament. First round match was the final first round match. Yeah, the final first round match. So we have the Hangman Adam Page taking on the wild card. And who is the wild card? Well, I think I already predicted who was going to be, and my prediction came true. It is the Walking Weapon, Josh Alexander, former TNA X Division champion, former multiple-time TNA World Heavyweight Champion. He is in TNA. He is in All Elite Wrestling. He is now All Elite, as I called it. So, points to me, none to you. Alright. So he's already signed, but he hasn't debuted yet, so he is now officially All Elite. And we got that 13-minute match. So it starts off with them fighting over arm control. Josh, being the better wrestler, leaves Adam Page he wins that exchange, and Adam Page is a little bit pissed. So Josh takes him down quickly. Adam Page is right back with a fallaway slam, which sends, and then Page sends Josh to the outside. Josh misses a running boot over the barricade, ow, and then a dive off the stage, drops Josh Alexander as we go to break. And, we come back with Josh getting a near fall off a German suplex, but Adam Page flips out of another one, hits that discus lariato for a double down. They go to the apron where Adam Page hits a backdrop, ow, and then allows him to score with one hell of a moonsault to the floor. Picture perfect. Josh comes right back with a forearm to the back of the head and a spinning torture rack slam, setting up the ankle lock, and Adam Page had to run to the ropes really quickly to break out of the hold, but he's able to get up, hits a tombstone pile driver, but he gets caught with the world's strongest slam on the apron. Ow! That had to hurt. They get back in, and Josh tries for another ankle lock. Adam Page slipped out of that, sets up a small package. 1, 2, 3, Adam Page goes to the semifinals, where he will face off against Kyle Fletcher next week on the program. I think it's next week on the program. And that's it. 13-minute match. Pretty good match. Sucks that Josh Alexander lost his debut match. But we get that. So Adam Page gets to win 2.5 out of 5 stars. And then after the match, Kyle Fletcher and Don Callis come out for a little bit of a stare down. And then Fletcher goes to the ring. Big old brawl happens with the Hangman. Page knocks him, hits a big time clothesline on Fletcher. And while that's going on, Don Callis rushes down the ramp and goes to the outside to talk to Josh Alexander, whispers something in his ear, and then Josh Alexander, with a heinous act, he pretty much turns heel on Adam Page. He knocks him down, so we have a new member of the family, of the Don Callis family. That's Josh Alexander. I assume taking the place of Brian Cage, who just had knee surgery. I hope he gets better, and we'll see what happens with that. So he knocks him down, and then Fletcher picks up Adam Page, hits a brain buster! And pretty much that's it. So, alright, so the semifinals are set. We have Takeshita and Ocean Spray coming up in a little bit, and then I believe, I don't know if it's tonight or next week on the program from, I think it's in New Orleans, Louisiana. We got Kyle Fletcher and the Hangman, Adam Page, and the winners of that go to Double or Nothing, and the winner of that match at Double or Nothing will face whoever is the world champion at All In. Could be Moxley, could be Swerve, it could be anybody, really. And we had that. Alright, so that match, like I said, 2.5 out of 5 stars, and that's it. Alright, then we go to the back with Nick fucking Wayne, and the rest of the patriarchy, Kip Sabian, and Nick Wayne's mom has got it going on. Yeah! Looking great, Mama Wayne. And Nick fucking Wayne says the patriarchy is a hierarchy now that Christian, his dad, is gone. But then we see Christian! He's back after a little after a month hiatus. He gets in Nick Wayne's face, says, I gave you a month to find yourself. And in addition to that, I got you a spot in the Best of the Super Juniors tournament in New Japan. Nice! And he's like, and also tomorrow, or tonight on Collision, you have a Ring of Honor TV title shot against Commander, and you're gonna win it all by yourself. And as far as standing up to me goes, smacked him right in the face. That's some tough love for Daddy Christian. So we'll see what happens tonight with Nick Wayne against Commander. If Nick Wayne can win the Ring of Honor TV title. Another title not defended on Ring of Honor TV or pay-per-view. Go figure. And we'll see what happens with that. Alright, I gave that 3 out of 5 stars. Then we're going to look back at an FTR turning on Hey Kids, it's Edge at Dynasty. Laying them out with not one but 2 concertos. We probably won't see Edge till maybe the summertime, who knows when. And then they took out Daniel Garcia on Collision. So we got that. Along with 2.0. We got that. Alright, then we go to match number 3 for the AEW Tag Team titles. 9-minute match. We have the Hurt Syndicate. So MVP comes out with Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin, as they take on, I guess, the new number 1 contenders, the Gates of Agony, and that's Toa Leona and Bishop Quan! I know not Quan! Final Fantasy IX reference. If you ever played Final Fantasy IX, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't know, play it. That's that. Alright, the Gates of Agony jump the Hurt Syndicate at the bell. Shelty Baby gets stomped in the corner. MVP joins commentary. And then Bobby Lashley comes back in and hits a running shoulder block to Bishop Quan in the corner. And then we get a downward spiral into a belly-to-belly suplex by Shelty Baby. Has Bishop Quan in trouble. As we go to break, we come right back. As always, the heels come back during the break. Toa Leona hits a Samoan drop on Shelton Benjamin. Drops a backsplash for added measure for a near fall. Then he flies off some clotheslines to Bobby Lashley in the corner. But has to be saved from the hurt lock. Shelton Benjamin comes back in with a released German suplex to Bishop Quan, which leaves Lashley to hit the spear on Toa Leona on the floor. Speared him back to pretty much Samoa. And then Bobby comes back in, hits another spear on Bishop Quan. 1, 2, 3 in 9 minutes and change. The Hurt Syndicate get the win pretty easily. So I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars. And that's it. Not a great match, but, you know, Hurt Syndicate's still the champs. And then afterwards, Maxwell Jacob Fartknocker, MJF comes out. And he gets in the ring, praises the Hurt Syndicate for their win. Well, maybe not so much MVP. And then, MJF tries to bribe the Hurt Syndicate with the lovely ladies of the night. You know, some sex workers. One of them looked pretty damn good. A couple of them looked pretty damn good. You know, send them my way, Max. But anyway. So, a couple have Shelton Benjamin's attention. Aren't you a married man, Shelton? I know Bobby was. I don't know if he is still. But anyway. So, Shelton likes what he sees, but he needs more time, per se. And then, he's asking MJF for his watch. MJF gives him the watch. And, blah, blah, blah. He's like, I like the idea, and I'm willing to offer something else. Whether that, I don't know what that is. But we move on with that. And that's for Bobby. Lastly, MJF is just better than him, and he knows it. So we get to that. Then we go to break. We come back. The Hurt Syndicate and MVP and the lovely ladies are ready to go out on the town. Who knows what's going to happen after that? And they stop for a minute, and MVP tells Bobby Lashley, he says, I know you hate MJF, but, you know, kind of, well, you know, ease up a little bit. The first sign that he gets out of hand, you can go kick his ass. But let's go have an amazing night with all these ladies, you know, 9 ladies. Let's just have 3 ways, you know, why not? Let's just have an amazing time and fuck all these ladies. Damn, that's a party I want to go to. But I digress. Alright, so all that I gave 2.5 out of 5 stars for that. Moving on. Alright, then we go to your match of the night, ladies and gentlemen. In the semifinals, we have Katsuke Take a Shitter with Doghouse. Once again, a commentary. Takes on Will Ocean Spray, reach for the sky. Once again, whoa! Bam! This match was epic. Match of the year candidate. Amazing match. They start off with wrist control. And then Takeshita knocks Ocean Spray down. Gets caught in an arm drag. Pop-up Hurricanrana. Drops Takeshita. Slingshot top back on Hino. Makes it even worse. Takeshita then cuts off a springboard. And hits a release F5. Followed by a basement dropkick to the floor. Then a running flippy dibbity-doo connects on Ocean Spray as we go to break. The fans are going nuts. They're red hot tonight in Boston. Oh, last night in Boston. They're going to be red hot tonight, too, in about 20 minutes. Alright, we got that. Come back from break. Ocean Spray knocks him down, sets up for the phenomenal forearm. Lots of AJ Styles moves for a near fall. And then a big-time clothesline drops Ocean Spray. And then Takeshita hits some T-bone suplexes, a la Taz, Riddle Bullet. Puts him down again. Ocean Spray catches Takeshita on top. And hits a super Stundog Millionaire to bring the Japanese Alpha back down. Then he connects with an Oz Cutter on the ramp. Ow! And then after countering a Blue Thunder Bomb, he hits another Oz Cutter in the ring for a near fall. Goes for the Stormbreaker. It gets countered. Takeshita hits a German suplex into a roll-up for a very near fall. And then they slug it out again. Takeshita gets the better of that with a big forearm. Goes for Raging Fire! That gets broken up, but Takeshita drops to the mat to avoid the hidden blade. Then hits the Blue Thunder Bomb, and as we all know, if you're not Sami Zayn, you get 2. So he got that, and he forms Ocean Spray out of mid-air. And then Ocean Spray's running form gets 1. And then it goes for the hidden blade. It gets blocked. Takeshita hits a wheelbarrow pile driver. Ow. That's... Oof. And Ocean Spray kicks out at 1. And Takeshita comes right back with his own version of Hidden Blade. And then Ocean Spray cuts him off again. They go up top. Takeshita hits a big-time clothesline, only for Ocean Spray to backflip onto his feet. Yikes! Then the Hidden Blade connects for a very near fall on Takeshita, who comes back with goes for Raging Fire again. Gets countered into a Hurricanrana into the Styles Clash for a very near fall again. They get back up. Takeshita hits a running knee, almost a Kogayame on a certain guy named Kenny Ibushi. Guys like that. By the way, speaking of New Japan Pro Wrestling, Naito is possibly coming to AEW because his contract is he's not going to renew his contract. So the last time we'll see Naito is at Wrestle Kingdom 19. So we'll probably see him at Forbidden Door, and then I think he might be officially All Elite if he does sign with AEW. Probably by next year. Officially, he'll be on the roster, maybe full-time, part-time, I don't know. So, unless Hunter comes in and swoops him up, oh no. So, all the New Japan stars are pretty much gone. You know? We have, Tanahashi's retiring. He has retired. Okada's in AEW. Naito's about to go to AEW. Shinsuke Nakamura retired from New Japan, but he's in WWE right now. I think Ibushi got banned. Surprisingly, he got banned for... I think he got banned for something. I forgot what, but... So, not a lot of big-time stuff. I mean, they do now with David Finlay and, you know, people like that. Zack Sabre Jr., you know, it's still New Japan, it's still great, but, you know, the big-time stars that we all know and love for the last 20-some-odd years are pretty much gone, like Finn Balor. Ishii, in a way, is still kind of there, you know. Bushi is leaving New Japan as well, he might be going to AEW, so we might be getting an LFI versus LFI, if we can get that, with Naito, Bushi. Maybe if Hiromu Takahashi comes in, and who knows who else. Against, and you can go 3-on-3 with that. You can go with Rush, Kalistico, and the Beast Motos. That'd be good. With a trios match. I'd like to see that. The Battle of LFIs. Yeah, we'll see. But anyway, moving on. So Ocean Spray hits the Stars Clash for a very near fall. Takeshita gets back up, hits a running knee strike, only to charge into the Stormbreaker, and 1, 2, 3, Will Ospreay gets the win. He goes to the finals, where he will face either Hangman Adam Page, or Kyle Fletcher. And I think, the way it's going, we could see Kyle Fletcher, Ospreay 4 at Double or Nothing, and the winner of that faces Moxley or whoever is the champion by then. But this match was epic. Clearly 5 out of 5. If I could go higher, I'd go 10 out of 10. I probably will go 10 out of 10. Amazing match. Just amazing. From two guys that are just epic. And I think Takeshita is going to be the future of professional wrestling. In Japan and in the States. Former Intercontinental Champion, mind you, too. And is the current New Japan Strong Champion. Neverweight Champion, I should say. Not the Strong Champion. He's the Neverweight Open Champion. So that's pretty damn good for a pretty good year for Takeshita. He was in the G1, I believe, last year. And then he won the Intercontinental title. Had a nice little run with it. Until he lost to Ocean Spray. No, who did he lose to? Yeah, Ocean Spray, then, no, he lost, he lost to, Kenny, I'm sorry. Where we got that? Alright, then we go to our main event of a pretty damn good Dynamite. For the Trios titles, we have the Death Riders. That's John Moxley, still our AEW World Champion. Now, interim Trios, Tag Team Champion. He comes out with the Swiss, Claudio Castagnoli, and the man who sucks a lot, because William Ute is the type of person that sucks, and, they take on, well, at the time, and Marina Shafir at ringside as well, and Pac, is injured. He hurt his ankle, but he might be coming back in about a month or two, so we'll see what happens with that. So the Ops come out. So Samoa Joe and Shibata come out with their partner, and it is Powerhouse Will Hobbs. I kind of figured that Hobbs was gonna get there because he's had problems with the Death Riders. So we'll get that. Alright, we got a big old brawl to start. Shocking. Hobbs takes over on William Utah in the corner. Mox comes in for the save, but runs away from Hobbs. I wonder why, because, I mean, Mox already beat Hobbs, I think. So we got that. Hobbs then plants William Yuta with a power slam, then tags in Samoa Joe, who hammers down on William Yuta in the corner before Shibata comes in to chop away with the E-Piston Honda chops. And then Shibata is sent to the outside, gets dropped by Claudio, who comes in as we go to break. We come back, Shibata is still in trouble. And, but can't get his way out of the corner. But then he fights out on the second attempt, brings in Samoa Joe with the hot tag clean house. Jon Moxley grabs a chair. I don't know the chair, and I think the referee was trying to get it away from him. But then the resident fun girl, Willow Nightingale, comes down the ramp and takes it away. Bam! She comes out, takes the chair away from Moxley. A little bit of revenge per se, because Moxley, remember that intergender tag team match with Swerve and Willow against Moxley and Marina Shafir, where Moxley dropped Willow on her neck, almost, could have done some really bad damage to her. I think it was a week or so ago. So Willow comes out for a little bit of revenge, takes the chair away, and then all 6 men are in the ring. Samoa Joe drops Moxley with a clothesline, and then the Young Bucks, they come out and look like they were about to start some chicanery, but then Swerve and Prince Nana, they come out from the crowd to cut them off, and then Shibata chokes out Claudio on the ramp, and then William Yuta breaks up the Muscle Buster on Moxley, but he gets planted on the announcer's table. Ow! Good for you there, William Yuta. That's that. And then Marina Shafir grabs a chair and hits Willow Hobbs in the back with it. But then Willow comes in and spears her down to take her out. And then while back in the ring, Samoa Joe pulls Moxley in for the Kikina Clutch. And I think it was Bryce Remsburg who did not get fired, surprisingly. Bryce checks on Moxley. Moxley's completely out. So Bryce goes to the bell. We have new AEW Trios champions in under 14 minutes. The Ops. So Shibata, Joe, and Will Hobbs win the Trios tag team titles in a pretty good match. I gave 3.25 out of 5 stars. That's pretty much it. And then afterwards, some of the the jobbers on the roster, like the Dark Order come out. Kevin Knight came out. Will Oceanspray came out. So a few wrestlers come out. They celebrate with some champagne. That's champagne for you stupid people at home. And they celebrate to end the show. So it seems like the Death Riders are starting, finally, hopefully, Team AEW is kind of hopefully putting the final nails in the coffin for the Death Riders storyline, but they're still there. And we'll see what happens tonight on Collision with the Death Riders. And then we got this Wednesday night on the program from New Orleans, Louisiana. And then we're going to Norfolk, Virginia for the end of the month. And then after that, May the 2nd is Ring of Honor's Supercard of Honor 19. So we'll see what happens with that and a whole lot more. But we got a couple weeks away before Supercard. And that's that. But all in all, a great edition of AEW Dynamite. I think this might be one of my highest rated episodes of Dynamite I'm going to give. And I gave Dynamite last night 8.5 out of 10 stars. Very good show. Hopefully they can keep the momentum going tonight for Collision. The ratings weren't so great. They went down a little bit, 624,000 from 659,000 last week. So it went down a little bit to 624. So, we'll see what happens with Collision on a special Thursday night show, and it's live from Boston, so we'll see what happens with all that. TNA is going to be it's pretty much on, going on now or soon, so we'll talk about TNA and Ring of Honor, which has already been taped, or is already, I already saw it. You can watch it on YouTube tomorrow, on the Ring of Honor YouTube page if you want. And if not, don't watch it. And that's that. But we'll talk about that tomorrow. Alright guys, Collision's is coming on the air in 10 minutes, so I'm going to get out of here and go watch Collision. I will be back with my NXT review right here on the channel, and then your official AEW Collision review over on my Kill Demons channel to end your Thursday night delight. And that's pretty much it. Alright guys, I am out of here. Thanks for watching. Once again, 8.5 out of 10 stars for a great Dynamite. Leave your thoughts and opinions down below in the comments section. Please hit that like button, subscribe to my channel and my other channels as well. Show your support. Hit that bell so you don't miss anything. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And don't forget to share the video all over the internet. And that's that. Alright guys, see you guys later. But for now, I'm Peter Joseph signing off. Peace out, rock on, and rock hard with your cookoot. And if you're not down with that, well, I got 3 words for you. Fuck you, man. That's it. Until next time. Peace.